The views, comments, and opinions of the following program do not necessarily reflect those of Morris Media Studios, MorrisMediaLive.com, or its affiliates. Listener discretion is advised.
Sports Collective Media and Morris Media Studios presents Sports Collective TV. On today's lineup, what a weekend it was, but Houston, we got a problem. The Colts and Andrew Luck come into town and take it away here and move on to the next round to possibly lose. We'll see. But hey, Phillip Rivers, LA Chargers, hometown team, looking like the home Antonio Gates still in the squad, facing the Patriots next weekend. But hey, Dallas showing up against the Seattle Seahawks, and Zeke Elliott and Dak Prescott looking like the next hot combo here in the NFL as the Cowboys come down to the LA Rams this Saturday at 5 o'clock. But hey, last night, Super Bowl MVP Nick Foles showing up right at the right moment here. But hey, the kick of last night that will always be talked about. We'll go ahead and talk about that later when it goes up right to the bottom. But hey, we'll check it out with our very special guest in the building as well as Buddah here. We'll go ahead and have him live in studio with us. But hey, don't forget as well, we'll be on right now. Sports Collective TV starts about right now, right, Farhan?
That's right. Good evening. Welcome to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator. I'm Farhan, a.k.a. WDC. I want to thank you for listening in. As always, we have a very spectacular show for you. You've checked the social media. We got live interviews. We got highlights. We got another debate coming back. So if you was here, round two, because it didn't go well. Shouts out to Switzerland, where is he from?
Switzerland in the back.
Dude just couldn't get it together. He was so intrigued by Fredo's commentary. He was lost in Fredo's commentary.
Hey, he was just listening to the truth.
So we're gonna recreate that one again for you today. And again, we thank you for listening in. Of course, you see the deck is always full. Shout out to my man.
Yes, sir.
Dom, man.
Dom, hey, we the champs. That's all I got to say.
Please, give us a quick.
Hey, we went 6-0 against some of the top teams in LA. We surprised the foes. Buddah over here was the MVP of the championship game. Brought us home, and hey, 242 minutes in 2 days. You know, they be tired.
How did you feel? How did you feel about that?
Hey, we finally got one. I was feeling like the Bills. Because 2018, we had like 3 seconds. And the way the first half was going in the championship game, I thought we were going for another second. But the guys stuck together, played as a team, and we brought it home.
We're going to talk about that later on,
yes,
man, because that was definitely... What did you say, Cali Sportsman, about the team?
Shit.
Cali.
I mean, I get the league. I mean, we got hoopers in the building, hooper to hooper, right? So, coach to coach. It's difficult when the kids don't practice in these leagues, right? Or they don't have the cohesiveness. So when me and Buddah was talking, I was just like, because I did a little research, so I knew he was going to probably talk about it. I'm like, shit, y'all played a lot of big. You know what I'm saying? I mean, your team is really considered as a really small team. Yep. So I was asking Buddah, like, was y'all just running and gunning? Or, he said, no, we just played together.
Yeah, we're the only team that played as a team the whole way through.
Yeah.
And we had 2 point guards that ran the show, and they kept us going. So,
and that's the magic. Defense play together in those type of leagues.
And Buddah plays like he's 6'8".
In the pajamas.
In the pajama pants.
There it is.
From Walmart. You know I was going to get you, boy.
We'll make sure we show those pajamas in a bit.
Get the Walmart pajamas.
There it is.
Because we was in the gym. I think I'm going to go out and buy everybody some Walmart pajamas.
I don't want none.
Get some sizes
late
together.
Christmas.
You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
late
bro,
Christmas.
Low key, they come.
They comfortable.
They're comfortable. There it is.
I fought it for a while, but I'm all in now.
So for the viewers out there, there's this new look in basketball, because we went to a gym this weekend, and we seen like all the coaches and the players with like the little,
pajama
the
pants
romper room
on.
Pajama look, with the Nike with the hood on it. It's like everybody must have got one for Christmas, because the whole...
That's like the outfit of the year now.
If everybody stood next to each other and smiled, we could have took a picture.
It's like a pajama jammy jam.
It is cold out here, though. It is cold. Everyone got to be covered up.
Go ahead and introduce yourself, Fredo.
Well, man, my name is Fredo Cervantes. Go ahead and follow me at Fredo Cervantes on Instagram, Facebook, and go ahead and follow us on Sports Collective Media. We're going to go ahead and show Buddha's pajamas on there. So check out our story. And well, we got a pretty good show today.
good. Yeah,
we got a very exciting. It's the first show of 2019.
Yes,
and man, it's gonna be pretty good. But what a weekend it was for football, though. It was crazy weekend, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yeah, definitely.
But we also want to just throw a shout out to Morris Media Studios in 2019. So if you're looking for opportunity to do some podcasting, and it's a lot of you guys out there that's either have businesses or exposure, promotions, this is a great place to come. So what is it, 323?
293-3375.
3375. There it is.
Or go to Morris Media Studios or Morris Media Live, and you can see all the shows and come be part of the family.
Cool deal. All right, so we're going to take this first break because we can get this interview started. So don't go nowhere. Sports Collective TV right here, MorrisMediaLive.com.
Yes, sir.
Whew. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
I'm blessed, my brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Hey, did you see the game last night?
Oh, that was a good game.
But did you see the shot?
I lost money from that shot.
Oh, man, that shot was cold,
I
man.
hated it, but it was good. Damn. What's in those jeans?
You really want to know?
I do.
Exhaustion, muscle spasms, asthmatic issues, unexpected sickle cell trait crises.
Damn. Are you serious? When I was young, I found out I had sickle cell trait. My mom's told me, but I ain't have no knowledge of it. But when I got older, I had a child, and the doctor told me my daughter has sickle cell trait. Do you know the facts that both parents have sickle cell trait? There's a 50% chance the child may have the trait, and 25% chance the child may have the disease.
Hey, that's what's the count. Do you know that 2.5 million people in the United States have sickle cell trait, 300 million people globally? I didn't find out I had sickle cell trait until I was in the Army, 10 years. Next thing you know, I had a sickle cell trait exertion site.
Sickle cell? I thought that was a black gene or something.
Nah, man, the Latin community is number 2. 1 out of 36,000 babies are being born with sickle cell disease. You could be Caucasian, Mediterranean, European. You gotta know your bloodline, man. There is an inherited gene in our community that has been forgotten. The name is sickle cell trait. WDCONSCT, also known as What's the Count, is out to bring awareness, education, and prevention to people all over the globe. Want more information? Call us now at 323-215-5384 or visit www.wdconsct.org. All right, welcome back to Sports Collective TV. I'm your host and moderator, Farron, aka WDC. Again, thank you for tuning us in so far. This interview is very special to me because Buddah here was a military veteran as well, and then he went out to chase his hoop dream. So, we have this segment called Chasing Hoop Dreams, brought to you by Cali Sportsman. And so for me, it's like a perfect match for the kind of show we want to bring to you as a community. So just get straight into it, Buddah, man. Introduce yourself, man, to the listeners. We'll get started.
Yeah, my name is Buddah Boy. Raised out of Killeen, Texas. Born and raised. Did 10 years in the Air Force.
Hold on, don't give them away all of it.
I thought we was going right into it.
Texas, what about 10 people live there? I ain't never heard of that.
Like
200 people?
200? 20,000,
There's a big army base there.
Okay.
Big army base.
Definitely.
So we'll get into that.
Yeah, so let's go back. So who's Buddah, man, growing up as a little guy, man?
Just a guy that just loved basketball, loved sports, period. Like, I wanted to play football, basketball, run around, riding a bike.
Yeah.
Like, regardless what it was sports.
Yeah.
Ping pong, like whatever it was, that's what I wanted.
So what did you end up playing in school?
When I was in high school, I played only football and basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what was the drive for both of those?
Like I said, it's just always been part of me. Like, sports has just been always in my blood. Other than that, anything else, I just didn't understand it really. So
football, what position in football?
I played wide receiver and quarterback.
So you got hands like pots and pans?
Yeah, they're big.
So which one did you prefer, football or basketball at the time?
At the time, when I was younger, it was football, surprisingly. I mean, Texas, they get us kind of early.
Yeah.
Great programs, too.
Yeah. when I joined the military, then it's not really that many football programs in the military, but base team basketball. So basketball just grew on me.
Yeah.
To a point where I don't even watch football anymore.
Yeah, I mean, you mentioned offline. He was like,
Yeah.
I was like, who's your football team? He was like, you said Houston, but
Houston,
like,
Texas,
I don't
but
even watch.
I don't even watch like that.
So who do you equate your mental toughness? Like, where did all that come from as a young guy growing up in Texas?
Man, just watching MJ, Charles Oakley, all those old school ballers, man, it's just like real physical. So I come from the same breed. Our team, Colina High School, the Kangaroos and Running Roos. Our coach, Coach Burgess, shout out. He just instilled in us like how to play hard and play with passion.
Yeah.
It's not just for yourself; it's for your teammates.
Yeah.
And he helped us realize that.
So what was the turning point? Did you have the dream to go to college, or how did the military? How did the military come in there?
I had dreams to play in the pros,
Yeah.
and the college route is the way that I wanted to go, but I didn't know what I was doing. My mother was full Korean, my stepfather was full Puerto Rican. They just worked, they knew stability. So I didn't get the guidance from them. I was a very quiet and shy guy, so I didn't know how to reach out and get mentorship.
Yeah.
So I tried out. I didn't make the team, and then I just kind of got lost. And I was just like, I'm going to sign my life away.
Cali sportsman. Right? That's what you're talking about, right?
His story is the story we live today with kids today that's coming out of high school. And that's why we have a college preparation program called True Elite Performance that we're still trying to put a face under, and to continue to implement what he's talking about. See, there's two parts. There's that part where the kid is shy, but then there's schools and programs where they put something in the backpack, and the backpack never got to the dinner table because the parents don't even eat dinner, So he's now in 11th, 12th grade. We've talked about all the different scenarios, being if it's a football team, it's 53 players, the kid is a 3.2, he's mediocre, but he's still a college prospect opportunity. But then we also seeing the turn of what you were talking about earlier, like I don't even know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I know I like football, I know I like basketball, but I really don't know what I want to do. Like there was no other options, and that's where the vocational training and other things are out there now, like Leaders Up and Year Up, where they're offering kids an opportunity to do some school, but we're going to get you a job and get you a career. Yeah. So, that's just what we do in the community, but it's interesting because the kids that, you're talking, 10 years, at least 10 years or so ago? Mm-hmm. It's the same cycle in the system right now. So,
and that's the missing piece is that if you'd have had the guidance of how to get, to college and how to register and do all those things, maybe that would have been your opportunity for that next level.
Yeah, when you don't have the mentorship and someone to guide you and to show you, like, if you're not the big time recruit, you get lost in the shuffle. Yeah. But there's a lot more opportunities than D1 schools. There's smaller D1s. There's D2, D3s that still guys playing pro from there.
But you think about it. Look, got to come from, you judge a tree from the root, right? So he already said, I want to go to the NBA. Yeah. So if somebody told you in your senior year you're good enough to go to a D2 or D3 school or a good JUCO for 2 years, and I'm going, you ain't trying to hear that because your goal is already I want to go to the NBA.
You ain't trying to hear that.
But also, he haven't filled out any information in the 10th and 11th grade to give him 4 visits to an NCAA school to see if he could get an option. So he's reaching, but there's no fundamental things that's happening in that process.
The goal is there,
but because we see it in many gyms, these kids, all they think is D1. They see NCAA March Madness, they think D1, and
that's why you got to have guys that will speak truth and the guys that will not yes men, the guys that really will speak truth into a kid and a young adult's life. That, hey, this is the route you need to take. Yeah.
But you know what?
Encourage it, but have that relationship. But if you don't have that relationship, they don't listen.
Looking back now at your high school, at your time, now what do you think about it now when you look back? Like
it's funny because you guys are hitting it all on the point. I wish somebody would just grab me, like seen the talent, seen my potential, and just grab me and just taught me the ways. Yeah.
But did you play AAU ball?
Didn't play any AAU ball.
And that's kind of a loss in the shuffle too, because AAU ball is to play on a high competitive level, but now that's taking a change because now the high school programs are now getting the sponsorship and then they just play all year round. Yeah. So there's no separation from AAU to high school because now the high school programs are playing.
And most of the scouting is coming from AAU tournaments. Yeah. So if you don't
get seen,
AAU is like the way to go now. Like I've seen kids miss out on important games in high school because they have AAU coming up.
Wow.
Right, and that's why the programs for AAU, they're trying to encompass them with the high school.
Yeah.
So and
That's
having
smart.
these programs where they can fund them and saying, okay, because this AAU is a lot of travel ball.
Yeah.
So they got to have airplane tickets for these kids.
All right, so let's go. So, what was the thought process of the military? Like, of course, you're in a military town, but what made you want to
Join the
join the
military?
military? Yeah. What was
It was a military town, so honestly, I had no intentions on joining the military. My stepdad was just like, nah.
He was like, he was a no.
But,
hard-working kind of guy.
yeah, hard-working, real kind
Got
of
to
guy.
be doing something with your life.
Yeah.
Right.
Didn't really care just as long as you was working hard.
Yeah.
So I always respected him for that. But yeah, military was not part of the plan just because just hearing him and seeing what he went through,
Yeah.
it just wasn't me. But when I wasn't doing anything and we was getting into fist fights and he told me this house ain't big enough for 2 men, so I just.
So what made you, out of all the branches, what was
Air Force?
Yeah, what was the attraction?
That was my stepdad giving me some wisdom.
Yeah.
He was just like, Army's cool, Marines, hell no.
Yeah.
Navy, maybe.
Yeah.
Air Force, you should do it. So I did it.
So what was that like for you to go from sports into this military mindset? Because there are similar because of the identity of an athlete.
Yeah.
You just transitioned that identity to a soldier. So how did that work?
Yeah,
for
it
you?
was a huge shock. Like as soon as we got to the basic training, like they were on the bus screaming, yelling at us. I was like, here we go. But it wasn't that bad. I mean, I think I'm a really good transition type of person. You put me in a situation, I'll just adjust
Make
to
it work.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting because, it's the fork in the road, right?
Yeah.
And now you guys are retired, but it's a different, like I always say, basketball kids are spoiled, right? I guess it's true.
It's true.
I agree.
He knows.
So basketball kids are spoiled, but then when you take the military part of it and you talk about transition, you transitioning into life and death situations, which is far different. So for him to be like, I can see a football player that turning into a soldier, but when you see a basketball player turn into a soldier, that's the story. That's the heart of this story with him because, that's what you need to talk about because, it's like you go from a different mentality to a soldier that's about life and death.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when he says about his mentors, like MJ, but he said Oakley. Oakley's a football player playing basketball, and Buddah plays, that's why I said he plays 6'8", but he's 6'4". Okay. You know what I mean? So he has that mentality.
The mentality's already there. It's already in there.
But it definitely,
so the transition was just another transition.
Yeah, it's just another transition for me.
All right. So some people in the military are allowed to play sports, basketball, as we're going to meet a guy later on. Was there opportunities for that, or you just went, forget basketball, I'm straight going to do this Air Force?
Honestly, man, the way I play is from military. Like all the base team games, all the pickup games that we play, it was straight military guys, and my game conformed from playing against those guys. There wasn't no drills.
Well, that's interesting too because here's a guy from the South, a little small town with about 5 people in it, right? And then if you look at the military, I'm quite sure you got the East Coast cats who want to play, and then you got the West Coast cats. They play a different way. So, did you pick up any of that?
Yeah, I picked up a few things, man.
That's a cool piece,
Yeah, the East Coast guys, I kind of let the East Coast guys do their thing. A lot of dribbling, yeah. I'm not into that. But the West Coast, it's more...
spread the floor, let's go.
Yeah, spread the floor, create mismatches. So I really like the West Coast style of play. Down South, it's just... Yeah, bruises. Yeah,
So, we're going to talk about your military career on the show later on, but what do you want to say about your... Air Force career for those 10 years? Like, what do you want to say about?
Man, that was a great question. My 10 years in the Air Force was definitely a growing up experience for me because I was spoiled, like you said, but they taught me discipline, responsibilities, and gave me structure. And, you need those things before you start chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
It's rough out there.
Yeah.
So I'm blessed to go through that with the military.
That's kind of interesting because isn't the Air Force the highest curriculum to getting into the military?
Yeah, they're more definitely technical, educational purposes.
So here's a kid in high school who has academic curriculum to be a Division I player.
Everything.
Right? Has the athletic and the mentality to be a Division I player and just got caught in the shuffle. Yeah. And went to the Air Force. That's the highest curriculum. I mean, everybody just can't go to the Air Force, right? Yeah. Okay, all right. Just wanted to double check.
So let's transition your transition out of the military. So, you know, as we talked offline, you know, I did 24 years. So at that 10-year mark, you've got to be looking in your future like, okay, I'm at the 10-year mark. 12-year mark is about you either got to pull the plug or you got to make the decision to stay long just to do the rest of the 8. Right. So what were you thinking at that 10-year mark coming up? Are you going to re-enlist or are you going to go chase the hoop dream? Like, what was going on?
It's funny you say that. The military kind of made a decision for me to get out. So, I mean, as soon as they made a decision for me, it was pretty much a no-brainer for me to chase my dreams. Because I was dealing with the battle of, should I get out? The 10-year mark, either I get out, do something with my life, or I go and do the whole 20. Mm-hmm. And the way it worked out in the military just kind of got me out of the military by itself.
Yeah. How does that work? I mean, I don't know if that's confidential information.
Don't get us rolled up on.
Trump calling us.
We're gonna cover that. We're gonna cover that on the Trent Talk show tonight. Yeah, so we're gonna cover that one later.
I'm digging too deep. Get Cali sportsmen up out of here. I need to get to Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
We're going back to
pajama pants, man. Go to Walmart, get some pajama pants.
I'm gonna give it back to you. I'm gonna pass it back to you in the basketball. So my last question for you before I turn over to the crew is, what was your mindset? It's because there's an adjustment from being in the service. I mean, for me, you got it all. You got the military, you got the basketball identity, football identity that got developed. Then you got the military identity that got developed. Now you're going to come out to this civilian kind of a mindset, or you pick up the basketball identity. So what was going on in your brain?
This is going to be so crazy, but I had absolutely no plan.
No plan.
No plan. I just had a passion in my heart. And I had a dream. God showed me that I had a jersey on with my name on it, and the crowd was just screaming my name, and it felt so real. Yeah. And then instantly after that moment, I started believing in myself. Wow. And then I didn't care what was going to happen. I knew I had a car to sleep in. That's all that mattered to me. As long as I had someone put my head down, I'm gonna make this work. Bam.
And here it is.
This is exactly.
So where did you go? What was it?
Well, first I went to a wedding in Florida for my homeboy. Yeah. And then I went to Texas back home, and I was just trying to figure things out. I ended up in Phoenix playing basketball with some friends, and then we went to a tournament in Camp Pendleton, playing with the Luke Air Force Base team, and a junior college coach, Coach Conahan. He saw me play, pulled me to the side after our game was over. He was like, "Hey, man, I really like your game. Where'd you play at?" I said, "Man, I never played. I just got out of the military. I'm just chasing my dreams." Took my number down. I went back to Phoenix. He did some research, called me 2 days later. He said, "Hey, man, you have 4 years of eligibility. And if you're interested, man, we would love to have you."
No way.
Yeah. Called my homeboy up. He said, "Man, that's a no-brainer." So I went out to Cali to visit, showed me the beach one time. Got me.
Done. It was the beach, that was it?
Got me. Yeah, I was there.
And how was that?
Maricosta was a blessing. Yeah, it's probably the best years of my life. Just doing what I love and people recognizing and respecting my game. Like, that means everything to me. And, you know, at the end of the day, I want people to say, like, that was a real dude and he can ball his ass off.
Yeah. And even I'm going to compare this to the music industry, right? Because a lot of music artists can go overseas and make just as much money as they make in the United States. Mm-hmm. So was your mentality was chase the NBA, or you just want to play professional anywhere because you went overseas to play? So was that okay? Was there like a level of success?
My mindset was always, and still is, NBA. Mm-hmm. But right now I'm just taking whatever I can get my hands on. Yeah. I'm just hungry. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
And, you know, Buddah and I, we met at VBL this summer. He killed us on the court. And he was the one dude out of all, you know, I don't know how many, 80 guys that play out there in the league that caught my eye. And I just loved how he played. He played physical. They don't call anything at the VBLs, and that's perfect for him. He was beating us up. I had to put like a 6'8" dude on him just to slow him down, but that didn't really do much. And we started talking about on Instagram, and then I learned his story, and I'm like, hey, we got to do something about this. And he's been little by little. But I want to go back to transformation. You had mental transformation, spiritual transformation, but I want to focus on the physical transformation. Share about that, your biggest, and it's on the picture. You know, you can see till now.
We need to get a gym. We need to get a gym.
Let's share where you were at your biggest to now.
Yeah, I was in the military, and like I said, I lost focus. Everything was just like kind of given to us, paycheck, benefits. So you don't have like no motivation or anything. And then, like I said, once I had my dream, I started believing. I started getting inside the gym. I was like 270 pounds.
270.
270.
The picture up on the.
I was 250.
Ad.
So I know I'm 270.
270?
I know, and he moved like that. That's crazy.
How long did it take you to get to this point?
I mean, it's been on and off. I've been up and down.
Okay.
But I was like 6 months real strong. I went from 270 to like 215. But it wasn't just like weight that I lost. Like I was gaining muscle also.
Right, because you was working out.
Yeah.
I know how that feels.
Yeah, but the dieting was definitely
It's the challenge. That is definitely
the challenge.
What did you have to do for that?
I'm very simple. I don't really get confused with all the meal prep and stuff. I eat chicken, spinach for like my meals, and then like snacks I just try to stay with fruit, veggies, and I love yogurt with granola because I got a sweet tooth. Yogurt and granola is like
so that takes care of all that sugar attack.
I think I'm gonna try that one next week.
I know he was ear hustling over there. Like,
it's a struggle. I took 8 months, 252.
He was ear hustling on that food choice.
252 to.
He did good though.
214.
That's nothing to hate on for real.
He didn't give himself no credit. That's why.
No, that's
it's
legit.
tough though. That's like I'm like you.
Credit.
Chips and
the key is to keep it at that.
Like having a kid at home, you know, I'll be eating her little snacks and be like,
hey, those fruit snacks get me. The fruit snack.
Yeah. I just try not to overcomplicate the diet thing. I mean, everybody tries to say diet this, diet that, fast. Just don't overcomplicate it. If you know something that works, why not just stick with it?
Yeah.
I mean, you've been coaching a while, like you said. Not to discredit the 79 other players that you've seen at that league, but you definitely have a knack of seeing something special in people. You know what I'm saying? And just sitting next to this young fella, I mean, it's just a specialness. Because when we talk about the hoop dreams, it all come full circle. Mm-hmm. And the full circle part is really your own spirit. You know what I'm saying? So him believing in God, him believing in himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I have my own business now. You know, for 20-something years, I work for people. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm really, like, having my own spirit. So that's big, man. I mean, that's something that you and your story resonates to the people that's out there that's lost in the shuffle, don't know where to go, but they still got the spirit to say, I'm gonna keep it going.
It's okay, you do it.
That's Walmart?
Wow. It would be my phone.
Special order. That's
Stretchy pants. Stretchy pants is in.
Hey, it just came in, you know. It got hot off the press.
I said I wasn't going to be that dude. I'm the dude.
So this weekend, let's touch this weekend before we take this break.
Sir.
Right. So what's up with this MVP right here, man?
Oh man, I don't know. Like it was a lot of emotions whenever they handed that to me. I don't even know why, because it was just like a tournament.
Yeah.
But I think what I realized is like the talent that was at the tournament. It was a very, very tough tournament. Mm-hmm. Very good teams, a lot of talented players, and for me to be picked out to be the MVP, I don't know. I was just
so, Coach, this represents stats. This represents character. This
all of it.
All of
so
it.
what are we looking at as stats?
Yeah,
because Fredo's in the room. We need numbers.
I think he had 20 and like 12.
Okay.
And with like 4 assists, couple steals.
Okay.
Buddah does it all for the team.
He double-doubles.
There's teams that he averaged probably like 11 and 8. Some games when we need scoring, he does that. When we need rebound, he does that. He was dropping dimes.
So what are you looking like
in the semis
at the line?
What, from the line?
Yeah.
Oh, he's a shooter.
Okay.
He's a big dude, but he could shoot.
Okay. So
Don't
if he
sleep,
fouling,
especially mid-range.
he can clink it.
Oh, yeah, he's like 80. He shot.
Relax.
He's probably our second best free throw, but the other dude's like 95.
But you know, that's such big in that league. It's like a lot of these cats, they want to shoot threes, they want to shoot in the short corners, but they can't make free throws.
Yeah, and we in the championship game we were down 21 at one time early in the second half, and dead, no legs, and Buddah went to work and got that second wind and went down low and punished some dudes.
I still had legs.
And he had legs. And he's still walking today.
At 36 years old.
So we going to take this break because I want the rest of the crew to come up here and have a conversation with you, man. So we're going to interchange.
Buddah in the building.
In the building right here. Sports Collective TV, man.
All
Again,
in.
thank you for sharing your story, man, because like you said, there's a lot of generations behind you that are stuck, lost, and don't have that knowledge, man. And so we
You say you're 36?
Yes, sir.
And so you got 16 and 17-year-old kids still going through the same thing. So
he's got to share about I Just Want to Hoop,
the cycle.
his website, later on.
Yeah, we're going to get that. All right, so we're going to take this break. Shout out to What's the Count Sports Collective TV right here on Morris Media Live. We'll be right back.
Sports Collective Media and Morris Media Studios presents Sports Collective TV, the best sports talk show that brings you the variety of talking guests only on the best network, Morris Media Studio. Live from Los Angeles, Mondays at 5 Pacific Time, 8 Eastern, only on MorrisMediaLife.com. Follow us on social media for all the latest updates, only at Sports Collective Media.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Sorry, Oscar, you can't have it. And we're back here on Sports Collective TV with myself, Fredo Cervantes. I got the MVP right next to me, and we got Mr. Smooth J in the building as well. Introduce yourself.
Man, how y'all doing, man? I got a special guest next to me, man, MVP. We just out here supporting, man. We just out here. Smooth J under the net, man. We out here.
Smooth J under the net.
You feel
There
me?
it is. And we got X's and O's on the other side. X's and O's, what's up?
Ladies and gentlemen, you already know, Double O here. We got MVP in the house. Let's go, Buddah. There you go. Show that hard work.
Show it up. And make sure you keep it away from Oscar. You say he never won one. So take it away.
It might come up missing.
You never know. We got insurance on that, Don?
No.
No? All right, take it, Oscar. Just kidding. So we're back here at Sports Collective TV. What an interesting weekend it's been so far in all of sports because both LA football teams are in the playoffs.
Yes.
On to the next round. We'll talk a little bit about football a little bit later, but let's talk a little bit about some NBA. Right before I got a chance to ask the MVP here, I'm like, favorite team, Houston Rockets. And I'm like, okay, so talk to me a little bit. How did that come about? I know you grew up in Texas, also a Texans fan. Yeah. Talk to me a little bit about that love for the Rockets.
So I'm old school, right?
That's right.
You know, Jordan, you already know, got away for 2 years.
Oh, and Hakeem Olajuwon came through.
The dream.
There it is.
Kenny and the crew.
My man left. Houston got in there, got their 2 championships real quick. Yep, got them 2 back to back. And then they was like, all right, Jordan
Then
back.
MJ came back and got 3 by himself.
Take your kingdom. Take your kingdom.
So they was letting everybody know, just so y'all know, if Mike ain't here, we them people.
That's true. And took away from Patrick Ewing as well. A couple there for a possible one. But hey, talk a little bit about that Houston team there in 95, 96. Good teams. Kenny Smith on it. You know, you had Robert Horry.
Hey, no words, Kenny Smith. He was a truck, man.
Hey,
you already know who the guys though.
Kenny the Jet
was a catch and shoot guy. That's it. Thank you.
Vernon Maxwell.
But he was able to shoot the rock when he needed to.
No, but hey, that team, come on, bro. You know that team. If you got the big dog, come on.
Yeah, no, I guess not. I guess not.
No, wait. The way he be talking on TNT, he sound like he got game. And then you hear what Shaq said, bro, you was not that guy. All right.
Hey, Shaq keeps it real.
Shout out Smooth Jake.
Keeping it real on Sports Collective.
There it is. So, man, the Houston left. So, talk to me a little bit about Houston last year. They made it all the way to Game 7.
That's crazy.
They fought so hard just to get to that moment. Like, what I mean, we all know Chris Paul got hurt for Game 7, wasn't available, but they were kind of still in it, even though they shot 0 for 27 in threes, but they were still in it. And what happened? What was it last year?
I was so mad you said the Chris Paul thing, because I got to put somebody on blast.
You got to keep it 100.
Yeah, man, I love the dude, man. Offensively, like, he's just a knack, just knowing how to score, but I don't know, it's just something about James Harden, like, he's just missing something.
Is he missing a piece to his game or a player?
I think it's like something inside of him, because
not to cut you off, but I think I know what
you
you're talking.
But you did.
I think I know what you're talking about. No,
that's that Ricky Bobby.
No, he hit it on the point. You know what I mean? The reason he hit it on point, because I'm gonna be honest. James Harden be killing during the regular season, and when playoffs comes,
that moment
they don't give him them calls.
You know what it is?
Give him nothing.
He gets tired though. Like he's
not tired. They don't give him the same calls. When James come through, you see what he do.
I seen it twice already. There was one time, I forgot what year it was. I think it was like a Game 6. He barely shot the ball.
San Antonio.
Yeah, he didn't shoot the ball like the whole first quarter. Or something
that's
like
what I'm
he
saying.
shrinks in big moments.
That's my thing. I don't want to say that, but
I mean, there's a reason why he was the 6th man and got traded, became the starting
not only that, but y'all remember when Oklahoma made it? He was the one player that did not perform in the finals.
Yeah, that's true.
And I still feel that they should have won that.
Yeah.
They had that.
They had that in 2012.
But he was balling out, and then he gets to the finals, and he just disappeared.
It happened last year.
Yeah.
When Chris Paul got hurt. He's like, all right, James.
Do it.
They expected this James Harden when he went down. Come out and put 40 average.
But this James Harden has been like this all season.
Right.
That's what I just said. In the
Every season he's
it never changes.
In the season, in the playoffs, they don't give him the same call. Let's look at the game.
Still, the show 44 says that Chris Paul's hamstring will always give out.
Damn.
Oh, of course. Yeah, Chris Paul has. I mean, it's been 3 years in a row. It's been 3 years in a row with Chris Paul. Well, let's keep Chris Paul out of a Laker uniform. That's for damn sure.
That was messed up.
Okay, so now fast forward from last year's Game 7 to where we're at right now with the Rockets. I mean, they kind of had a rough start, but over the past 10 games, James Harden has been somewhat of a different type of animal, but. I mean, he's not sharing the ball, so that's why he's putting up those numbers.
He's sharing.
He's sharing the ball. But if you really look at how many times he holds the ball, the possessions that he carries the ball, I mean, he's very dominant, ball dominant.
Who else do you want taking that shot?
I'm saying, but with the Mike D'Antoni, I mean, anybody could do that. You put Jeremy Lin back in that, he'll probably drop another 40 on you as well.
No. Just compare James Harden.
No, I mean, because any point guard, look, I'm not comparing them to Jeremy Lin. I'm talking about the player in that system. I'm pretty sure if I put you on there, you'll probably give me 50.
What James Harden is now, he keep it 100.
I mean, James you play on that D'Antoni system, you're gonna be legit. You're gonna be legit.
Is the man, bro. James Harden got game.
He got game, but okay, put him on another squad.
He would do the same thing because he got the green light. When you have like he said. when he was in college and when he went overseas, he got the green light when he believed this. That's how James Harden's
he's putting
right
up
now.
stats. Like that's
he's
it.
Playing crazy right now, bro.
Yeah, traveling.
The only thing any of us would get from a Mike D'Antoni system is a lot of shots, but that doesn't mean that we're gonna make them.
That's true.
Right? That's right. But look at all those foul calls. Did you see how many shots he made? How many free throws? He's making over 20 free throws a game. He's gating
Stop fouling him. Stop fouling him.
But I mean, look at he's gating points off the line. Those are open shots. These are
But as a coach, that's what you want.
That's what you want. But I mean, the player, he's not that MVP player.
But
I'm just telling you.
So
I'm just saying.
So what?
It's shocking, but you look.
Bro,
just look.
The man has the most 40-point triple doubles.
That's cute. That's cute.
What do you mean?
That's cute. I mean, you can have all the triple doubles you want, but when when people are trying to sell that player as, I don't want to put him on top of anybody else.
No, I know what you're saying.
Don't put him on that level.
But see, they only knock on him because he hasn't won. But once he wins, all this shit we're talking.
Once he wins, bro. When is he gonna win? When is he gonna win?
Just like they kept on getting on Payne Manning, then he wins one. Then everyone looks back at his career and say, "Damn, this guy was great."
Yes.
But why don't we give him that right now? Yes, he hasn't won. That's the one thing.
It's too much credit for James Harden, even though it's too much credit for him.
Have you ever got a triple double?
No.
Have you ever tried?
But you're telling.
No. Have you ever tried? Let me finish. Have you ever tried?
No, because I don't play basketball.
Okay, so James Harden.
If I was in there, I'll try to get a triple double.
Let me put this in
I'm not going to bust a Westbrook.
James Harden is doing this against professional athletes.
He is.
It's not no bum dudes that just be playing on.
It's not, but you can't sell James Harden as a MVP. He's not. He's just not. So
what you trying to say?
I'm not sold on James Harden. I'm
gonna tell him what he mean as he's trying to say. James Harden.
Melo in him?
No.
It's because they dropped Melo.
No. James Harden is not all that. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm saying it right here to you guys. He ain't all that.
He's not all that.
He ain't all that.
Dragging him? Is that
James Harden got G, bro?
No.
I'm telling you, James Harden's not playing.
He can put up those shots, but he pointed out when his clutch time, he doesn't show up.
That's why I can't give him
I just told you.
You can't. No, you can't. So you got to hold back. And just hold back. Hold back on James Harden.
I'm trying to tell you, in the playoffs, they don't give them calls. In the regular season, they give them all the calls.
Yeah.
Bro, think about it.
Then find another way. He got to find another way to get the buck, and he can't. But I'm just not sold on James Harden.
James Harden got game, bro.
Yeah, but he got game. I'm not saying
they should have kept Melo and dropped Harden, huh?
Yeah, probably. I'm just joking with that. Don't take that too serious. But hey, what a time we've had here on the deck. We'll be right back here on Sports Collective TV. And don't forget, call in 323-293-3375. We'll be right back. Luwap, myself, and Mr. Cali Sportsman.
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your health care. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctt-ggg@usuhs.edu.
Okay, moderate. All right. We back. We in the house. This is how. Yeah. Well, 20 seconds. Okay, yeah. Okay, 20 seconds, 30 seconds. 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
20 seconds.
Hold on.
Real quick, though. Real quick.
Okay, heads and tails. Heads and tails. Heads and
tails.
Hold on.
Tails.
You get to call it. Heads and tails.
Heads.
Tails.
It
So
is.
Fredo go first. All right. Now, that's the first rule, right? What you said, 20 seconds, 30 seconds.
20 seconds.
You get to go first.
All right.
Heads and tails.
Tails.
Heads.
God
Tails.
damn it.
Bam. So what you want, 20 or 30 seconds?
20.
So 20. So 20, and you go first. All right? Let's go. Old school neighborhood shit. Let's go.
All right, so real quick, yeah, you guys. I mean, I'm just heated up right now. Smooth, you're gonna come back up here right now. But this is. I know you want to go ahead and jump on this too. But my point that I'm trying to make on James Harden is that you cannot sell everything. If you're looking at starting a team, don't tell me James Harden's gonna be a top 5 player you're gonna choose. Don't tell me James Harden is going to be a top 5 player that you're going to choose to start your team.
Stop. Let's go. What's happening?
You said don't tell you? Because I kind of feel like telling you just because you said don't tell you. But regardless, Harden is definitely top 5. Now, I know what
you start the team?
Can I? Are we not interrupting? We're not interrupting? We're not interrupting? Hold on.
You get an extra 3 seconds. Go ahead.
All right, so James Harden is definitely a player you want to start off with. I get what you're getting at. He looks kind of like he doesn't give it his all, kind of like Eli Manning. I get it. He has that Eli look to him.
All right,
so
stop.
that's not bad.
Hey,
but
you got to play by the rules. Don't speak until it's time. When you get your hand right here, you got time. Go.
All right, I'm just saying you brought up Eli Manning. Eli Manning won twice, and he won against Tom Brady. But James Harden, I don't know. I don't even want to talk about Harden. It's not doable.
Okay, move
right
on.
now.
Next topic.
Move on.
Pick it up. Let's go.
The Cowboys. How fucking lucky were the Cowboys to get that one? First of all, though, there was 3 calls easily that changed the game. Pete Carroll being stubborn with the run when you have Russell Wilson for crying out loud. They're not getting that lucky against the Rams next week.
Oh, they're not getting lucky?
They're not getting lucky.
So so you're telling me the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys?
Yeah.
Really?
Obviously.
They can't.
There you go. Stop. Let's go.
Oh, my turn again?
Yeah,
okay, so yeah, obviously the Rams are going to beat the Cowboys. The Cowboys are a team that has gotten as far as they're going to get. The Cowboys fans are going to be happy with this one playoff win for like 5 years. You know, they've only got 3 playoff wins in the past 20. You need 3 wins just to get to the Super Bowl. They're not getting 3 wins just to get to the Super Bowl this year. I'll take the Rams easily.
All right, so you want to take on the Rams. The Rams have the 23rd rush defense. Have you seen Zeke averages like 6 yards rush? And you guys give up 6. Oh, I don't want to say you guys. I'm looking at Oscar. I'm coming in, but they're giving up 6 rush yards every carry. So you're looking at Zeke coming in. He's going to run through that defense. There's no way they're going to stop that. And the Cowboys are going to shock the goddamn world. I'm telling you.
Stop. Let's go, baby.
Obviously, you would say that because you're like now the biggest Cowboys fan there is.
I'm just
you started the season as a Vikings fan, then you kind of jumped off the boat, and I called you on it. Now you're on the Cowboys. Yeah, I'm sorry. They're facing Todd Gurley. They're facing Jared Goff. They're facing Brandon Cooks. They're facing a lot more weapons than they faced last week. And Sean McVay is a much, much, much more trickier coach to get a handle of than Pete Carroll, who runs every first and second down.
Let's go. Y'all want to talk about soccer?
Very true. Not yet. But I want to touch a little bit on this thing on the Rams.
He's not letting the Cowboys go yet.
I'm not letting the Cowboys go yet because I'm sold on the Cowboys. I know I'm a Vikings fan, but I'm just watching football. I'm looking at who's hot, who's coming in, and the Dallas Cowboys over the last 9 games, 8-1.
Let's go, baby. What's happening?
I'm done talking about the Cowboys.
Okay,
we're going to go to the next one.
Can we talk about Lakers?
Let's go. Because obviously JaVale McGee is back, his second most important player on the Lakers squad, and somehow the Lakers are still doing terribly with JaVale McGee back. What happened? I thought he was the second most important piece.
Hold up. Finish. Come on. You got
okay, so obviously, like I said, all the young kids are playing terribly. Lonzo has been just disastrous when he decides to shoot. He only took 4 shots this last game.
You got to stop right there. You even hurt my feelings. Let's go.
That's messed up right there. But hey,
balling.
JaVale's back, but LeBron's out, Kuzma's out, Rondo's out. I mean, you have the top 2 scorers of the team who are combined of 50 points combined a night. That's out of the picture. There's no scoring, no defense, no excitement behind these young kids. I mean, it's true. No LeBron, no nothing.
Stop. Okay, now we're going to switch it up because we're looking at, Seattle. Let's look at the West Coast. So we're looking at, what teams in the West Coast? What teams in the West Coast other than the Lakers?
We got Golden State. We got Portland. We got the Clippers down the street.
Go.
We got the JV team and the Clippers who, I mean, they're 2 wins above the Lakers. The West is very crowded. Lakers are number 8 right now with 21 wins. I mean, I don't know. It's going to be very tough, but as soon as LeBron gets back, everything will be back to normal.
Okay, bam. So you got the East. So who's on the East?
On the East, obviously, I have Indiana coming up. Milwaukee right now is playing ridiculous. Giannis, the Greek freak, is becoming the must-see player in the NBA. His length, his size, he can jump, he can dunk from the free throw line on any given night. And on top of that, they put the players around him to spread the floor. They're primed to go all the way to the finals and might even shock the world this year.
Okay, boom. Now, last, we're going to talk baseball since I got that A's hat on. We know we both got opposing baseball teams right now. So let's talk about your squad. Let's go. Dodgers.
Oh, man, the Dodgers, of course, still no big changes yet. They're still up there waiting for some Bryce Harper, some possible trades. But right now, I'm looking, we're back in the same place we were in last year, in the past 2 years. Back waiting to get to the World Series again. That's it. Nothing much to say. Nothing much to say. I mean, that's plain and simple.
And of course, he has nothing else to say because his squad is doing terribly this offseason. Like, he's not where they were last year. Last year, they had Yasiel Puig and whoever else y'all gave up to trade for some guy that you released instantly. You guys thought you guys were going to get Bryce Harper. Now you're sitting there waiting, and he's holding you guys hostage because the fans want Bryce Harper. You want Bryce Harper. Everyone, but the team want Bryce Harper and that big contract.
But he didn't say nothing about his team. So what's happening?
Yeah, of course. Well, I mean, the Diamondbacks, of course, there's nothing to talk about.
Yeah,
I mean, there's Sally Valley.
That's why I'm the mediator. I'm trying to create some conversation here.
I mean, the Diamondbacks, I don't expect, I mean, when do you expect for the Diamondbacks to be back in the playoff picture? I mean,
okay, so they're doing rebuild right now, so I'd probably say within the next 5 to 7 years, let their farm system develop. But my squad,
just like the Raiders, just like the Raiders.
Oh, that's
the Raiders didn't end that terribly. Actually, they actually ended up probably looking brighter than the Vikings did, who had playoff aspirations, and at the end, kind of just. Which is right around the time he jumped ship from the Vikings.
First round, that's right. Looking forward to round draft picks.
So I wonder if the Rams and Chargers, y'all got to understand, y'all from LA, how does Chargers, San Diego folks come in your town and get a W and a win? What's happening? This is it. Go, both of y'all.
I mean, San Diego, I mean, I don't know. With the LA Chargers?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going into New England against the Patriots this Sunday. I don't think that's a possible chance for them to win, but they might be able to sneak it out. I mean, it's Phillip Rivers. Did you see him this past Saturday? He's looking amazing.
Yeah, Felipe Rios, I like him, Phillip Rivers, Felipe Rios, his Spanish, because now he's in LA. You know, Felipe Rios, he played really well.
He was close to Tijuana at first. So
so he's definitely heard Felipe Rios before, but he's going up against the GOAT. He's going up against, you give me Brady, it's January, it's Foxborough, it's the cold.
But is it the Cliff time where he's going to just...
You got a West Coast team going east to play in the cold. Yeah, give me Brady all day. He's going to go to the AFC Championship game like he always does.
All right. So you, the viewers... You got to vote for these two guys. You know what I'm saying? Figure it out.
He lost it with the Harden thing.
So right now, we're going to still call it a tie. But until we get a call in to somebody, 323-293-3375 to find out who these two guys win. Y'all shake hands for now. To be continued.
Harden, man. I can't believe he's not even top 5, man.
Sports Collective Media and Morris Media Studios presents Sports Collective TV. The best sports talk show that brings you the variety of talking guests only on the best network, Morris Media Studio. Live from Los Angeles, Mondays at 5 Pacific Time, 8 Eastern, only on MorrisMediaLife.com. Follow us on social media for all the latest updates, only at Sports Collective Media.
Be at LA Super Bowl.
What's up? Welcome back to Sports Collective TV.
Yeah.
Once again, you guys just witnessed the live debate between your boy Fredo and Lua, man.
I'm still stuck on the Harden thing, bro. I'm still stuck on the Harden thing.
Top 5, really?
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 Give me 5 players.
I mean, I can give you Curry, LeBron, Durant. I mean, I can.
Who's after that?
You give me a second. Giannis? You were just talking about Giannis, Kyrie Irving, champion. No. You want to take Kyrie over Harden, who has way better handles than Harden?
Now, I want to touch on one point.
Kyrie, who has suspect knee? Kyrie, who has
and LeBron and Harden has suspect playoff appearances?
What are Kyrie's playoff appearances without LeBron?
Perform in the playoffs.
Kyrie's big time.
Even a blind squirrel finds a nut, so
exactly. And Kyrie down here when LeBron was there helping him look for it.
Then Harden. I'm just telling you right now, get that Harden thing out of here.
He's not true. You lost credibility with that Harden thing. The truth.
What's clear is
the truth.
He doesn't perform in the playoffs like he wants.
Let's see who wins. Let's see what happens.
Who's MVP right now? James Harden.
Let's go, White Chocolate.
With it? Man, I'm just
moderator.
I think it's great. You picked the Cowboys to go against the Rams because you know full well we've been hoping for that matchup all season.
We have been.
All season. That's the best matchup for us out of every team in the playoffs. So.
It's his team versus the Rams. He's got his Cowboys stuff ready.
Hold on. But you know why he switched to Dallas?
No, I didn't switch to Dallas. I'm just looking at the hot team. I'm just watching football. I know Dallas.
Bandwagon.
Cowboys are beating the Rams?
Security.
Bandwagon.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Buffalo boy, man. Get a Buffalo boy.
No, but the real
man, I don't know. I don't even know how to not repeat.
Bring it on.
Cowboys can't score more than 20 points in a game.
Well,
whose side you on? Look.
You hit him with the truth, and he just.
Look. Hey, wait. Even though it's three of you guys right now, or whoever's on this boat over here, but this might be just too much.
He's turning purple. He's turning purple.
But I'm saying, look, it might be too much truth for you guys to handle, but the Cowboys, it's going to be too much for the Rams. You're going to look at Jared Goff. He's not going to come through. The Rams are 2-2 in the last month. They haven't been looking the same.
So who's winning the AFC?
Who's winning?
Who's winning the AFC?
Overall, I mean,
the NFC. My bad.
Of course, got the Cowboys.
I mean, if you look at the Cowboys facing off the Saints or the Eagles next week, I mean, they already beat the Saints.
Next week, hold on. You guys got to win on Saturday first before you start taking next
going to the
week.
Super Bowl.
It's going to be kind of scary. Yeah,
he's got the Cowboys going to the Super Bowl.
Hey, I got them possibly winning the Super Bowl. And watch, in 3 weeks, you guys are going to be like, oh, crap, the Cowboys won. And I guarantee you're not going to show up the following day.
Watch next week. Next week you're gonna go missing.
I'll bring gelato. I'll bring candy. I'll bring popcorn. I'll bring all that stuff.
Next week
I'll be here. But look, I'm telling you, the Rams are not going to stop the running game. Zeke, he's not gonna
Aaron Donald can't stop
Aaron Donald, but
game.
Hey, that's a pass rush. He's not stopping the running.
You said, would you wear a dress if that doesn't happen?
Oh, whatever you want.
Guaranteed.
How good is your guarantee?
That's a military situation.
You know what? Look,
dress up and some shit.
All right, let's put something on the line because. I want this a trio. I want this a trio. You three are gonna pay one person.
All right. What's on the line? Because I know
trio. How much time we got? We got about a minute. Let's close this deal. You know what? I might want to put you guys in some Rams cheerleaders. You know, the Rams do have male cheerleaders now. So
you're gonna wear a Cowboys cheerleading outfit?
I mean, I guess I would.
He's practically wearing one already.
You better put that order in right now, man.
He's practically wearing one right now.
As long as I get some cowboy girls, the cowgirls next to me, but you guys will wear the Rams male uniform.
So the loser wears cheerleaders from that team? Wears a cheerleading uniform?
Male.
I mean, do they even have male cheerleading?
Yeah. So,
one of y'all's wearing because you guys are Rams fans.
If not, we could trade for something else. But you guys want to put something on the line? I'm guaranteeing you guys that the Cowboys are going to win here down the street. We're only about 5 minutes away from there. They're going to win. They're going to come in here and win.
This is you guys. This is all year you guys been on the Rams. He's coming here.
I'm telling you guys.
He's as a makeshift Cowboy fan.
Man, I just think
as a makeshift Cowboy fan.
The gravy train ends right here at the Coliseum, bro. The whole hype, everything about it. Okay. Cheerleading uniforms.
I'm telling
Watch
you.
my boy, the Truth, wear a Cowboys cheerleading uniform.
Are going to shock the world. And Dak is the real deal. That's all I'm saying. But Farhan, who wants to take it away?
Hey, go ahead, man.
Jared Goff is going to put an end to this Cowboys nonsense on Saturday.
If his arm's not too cold.
Yeah, just warm out here in LA. Check us out next Monday to see who's in the cheerleading uniform.
You know what?
On Saturday.
Forget winning the Super Bowl. They just got to win next week. That's my Super Bowl. Coming back to see this guy wear a
Seeing Fredo in a cheerleading uniform is my Super Bowl. So give us a call 293-3375, and we'll see you guys next Monday. What's the count?
The Consortium of Health and Military Performance, also known as CHAMP, of the Uniformed Services University of Health and Science, known as USUHS, is conducting a study to understand a possible genetic link between sickle cell trait, known as SCT, and exercise-related events, known as EREs, such as exertional rhabdomyolysis, muscle damage, heat stroke, and or collapse. We are inviting African American men and women with sickle cell trait and their family members to participate. Participating in the study will require you to complete a health history questionnaire, a form authorizing our study physician to gather health information from you and your healthcare provider, as well as a one-time blood donation. In order to qualify for the study, you must meet the following criteria: be African American, be sickle cell trait positive, be able to read, speak, and understand English, be between the ages of 18 and 80, and currently not being treated for any mental or psychological disorders. Participation is completely voluntary, and your decision will not impact your healthcare. The results for this study are for research purposes only and are not intended to directly benefit any individual for confidentiality reasons. However, the results of this study are intended to help better shape policies and associated health risks affecting the SCT community. Participants may be compensated for their time. To join the study, or if you would like additional information regarding the study, please contact the study team by phone, area code 240-479-9514, or email sctstudy-ggg@usuhs.edu.